Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. How the next Yellowstone prequel can bring Alex back after her tragic Season 2 finale fate, pitched by Spencer actor. Two 1923 stars share how the franchise can bring Alexandra, Julia Schlattfer, back after her tragic fate in the Season 2 finale. Since Season 1, the Yellowstone prequel, which is set during the start of the Great Depression, has followed Spencer Dutton, Brandon Sklenar, and Alex's love story. However, in the 1923 Season 2 finale, after spending an entire season on the way to find her husband, Alex met her demise, but not before giving birth to a baby named John. In an interview with Screen Rant, Sklenar and Schlattfer talked about how Yellowstone could bring Alex back in the upcoming prequel, 1944. Sklenar revealed that he was working with Schlattfer on pitching the idea of Alex being a ghost, so she could haunt Spencer in the most beautiful way, given that 1944 will take place when Spencer was in his 50s. Check out their comments below. While details about the upcoming Yellowstone prequel are tightly under wraps, the narration in the 1923 finale sets up 1944 in a way that confirms Spencer survived World War II. It's unknown whether he will be a major player in 1944 or if Sklenar will reprise his role, but the franchise does have a way to bring back characters who have met their demise in the series finale. Elsa Dutton, who didn't survive the events in 1883, returned in 1923 as the series narrator. Schlattfer's comments indicate that the actor is interested in reprising her role if Alex is in the next Yellowstone prequel that continues to tell the story of the Duttons' legacy. Sklenar's remarks about wanting Alex to haunt Spencer make it clear that he also wants to return to the franchise if it's possible. This means that if the Taylor Sheridan created series plans on bringing Alex and Spencer back into the universe, it's very likely to happen. There's a reason why Elsa Dutton became the narrator in 1923. Elsa is why James and Margaret Dutton chose to settle in Montana in the first place. Having her narrating the next prequel down the Duttons' timeline is a way to honor her memory and see her stand as a witness to her ancestral line in spirit. Alex joined Elsa in the afterlife, but her sacrifice is what brought John Dutton to life. Without Alex, the future of the Dutton Ranch might look very different. With 1944 taking place when John Dutton is in his early 20s, bringing Alex back makes sense. Alex could replace Elsa as a narrator, given that she's the key person who sacrificed her life to give birth to the next generation. And if there's a character arc for Spencer in the next Yellowstone prequel, her appearance as a ghost would serve to continue Alex and Spencer's love story. After all, their story in 1923 shaped 1944 in the most significant way, and it'd be a waste not to involve them further in the franchise. The Yellowstone universe, rich with sprawling landscapes, ancestral conflict, and timeless romance, has never shied away from heartbreak. And few stories have broken viewers' hearts quite like that of Spencer Dutton and Alexandra in 1923. Their sweeping love story, born in the heat of danger and carried across continents, was ripped apart by the Season 2 finale, leaving fans reeling. When Alex was pulled away from Spencer, their future shattered by cruel circumstance, the emotional weight was immense. But hope is never entirely lost in Taylor Sheridan's world. And now, with Brandon Sklenar, the actor behind Spencer, hinting at ways to bring Alex back, a new Yellowstone prequel could offer the perfect canvas to resurrect one of the saga's most poignant love stories. A love story interrupted. First, let's revisit the rawness of that Season 2 ending. Spencer and Alex's relationship was the emotional heart of 1923. Their bond, spontaneous yet soul-deep, was the very thing anchoring Spencer to life after war. For Alex, Spencer was freedom from aristocratic expectation. They were a breath of light in the gritty, unforgiving Dutton saga. So when fate ripped them apart on a ship, With Alex detained and forced away just as they reached America, the loss wasn't just narrative, it felt personal. Brandon Sklenar has described Spencer's love for Alex as eternal, even suggesting that her story is far from over. His pitch: bring her back in a future prequel, one that connects the dots between 1923 and the next generation of Duttons. The idea? Spencer never stopped looking, and maybe, just maybe, Alex never stopped trying to find him either. The next chapter, 1932 or beyond. If Sheridan continues his trend of decade-hopping prequels, the next natural series would take place around 1932. This setting, nestled between the fallout of the Great Depression and the lead-up to World War II, offers fertile ground for drama. The Duttons would be grappling with economic upheaval, shifting power dynamics in the West, and unresolved ghosts of their past, including Spencer's disappearance and the absence of Alex. The central mystery: what happened to Alex? Sheridan could structure the new prequel as a dual timeline, interweaving Spencer's ongoing journey through the American frontier with Alex's harrowing experience of being forced back to Europe. While Spencer fights his way home and reclaims his place on the ranch, Alex could be navigating political unrest in Europe, possibly even tied to the rumblings of the coming war. This setup offers high-stakes storytelling with sweeping romance at its core, classic Sheridan. Alex's journey, reinvention, and resolve. To bring Alex back in a way that honors her character, the prequel must show her resilience. She isn't just a damsel in distress. She's a woman who leaped from comfort into chaos for love. Separated from Spencer, she would have no choice but to survive on her own. Perhaps she's forced into an unwanted marriage by her aristocratic family, or maybe she flees again, slipping into a new identity to stay hidden. Picture this: Alex, presumed dead by many, is living under an assumed name in a port city, say, Marseille or Casablanca, working as a translator or nurse. Her passion for freedom leads her to join a burgeoning resistance movement or aid the poor during economic collapse. All the while, she holds on to the locket Spencer gave her or a dog-eared letter she never sent. Back in Montana, Spencer believes she's lost forever, but whispers of a British woman matching Alex's description surface in New York. Maybe it's a photo in a newspaper. Maybe a traveler tells a story that lights a spark. Either way, it's enough to reignite his hope and launch a new quest. A cross-continental search. One of the most thrilling directions the prequel could take would be a mirror of their original adventure, a reversal of roles. Just as Alex once left everything to follow Spencer into the unknown, now he must do the same. The audience could follow Spencer across oceans again, tracing Alex's footsteps through cities, war zones, and refugee camps. The tension would be palpable. Is he too late? Is she still alive? Their reunion would not be easy. Years apart would change them. They'd both be scared, emotionally, spiritually, perhaps even physically. But that very complexity is what would make their reunion satisfying. If Sheridan embraces the themes of loss, growth, and rediscovery, the new prequel could elevate Spencer and Alex's love from fleeting tragedy to enduring legend. The Dutton legacy, their children? There's also a tantalizing question lingering in the background. Did Alex become pregnant before their separation? If so, the prequel could feature a new Dutton, Spencer's child, raised in secret across the ocean. This next generation could return to America, unknowingly carrying the Dutton legacy back to its roots. The emotional resonance of Spencer discovering his child years later would be seismic, a Sheridan-worthy twist that ties history to legacy in a deeply personal way. Alternatively, their child could become a protagonist in the new series, a brave, half-British Dutton caught between two worlds, learning the family history and deciding what kind of legacy to build. The Sheridan touch. Taylor Sheridan is a master of weaving deep emotional storytelling with historical grit. His world-building thrives on pain, sacrifice, and endurance, Bringing Alex back wouldn't feel like a cheat, it would feel like a rescue. Not just of a character, but of hope itself. By showing that love can survive time, trauma, and distance, Sheridan could deliver his most heartfelt storyline yet. With Brandon Sklenar already pitching ideas and fans clamoring for closure, it's the perfect time to reunite the star-crossed lovers. Whether through flashbacks, a full continuation, or a story told from Alex's point of view, the door is wide open. Final thoughts. Alex and Spencer's tale isn't over. 1923 left us in the ashes of what was once a firestorm of love and adventure. But from those ashes, something even more powerful could rise. A new prequel, 1932, Dutton Legacy, or something entirely different, can be the bridge between broken dreams and lasting destiny. Alex deserves more than a tragic goodbye. Spencer deserves a love that endures. And the Yellowstone universe, it deserves one of the greatest love stories TV has ever told, reborn, reimagined, and roaring back to life. Let me know if you want to turn this into a treatment, fan script, or short story version too.